today's video, let's find out the toxic ways men normally use to lower women's self-esteem. We know that a lot of men normally use tactics to lower women's self-esteem. For example, you find that this man is insecure, or he knows that this woman or this lady is not out of his leg, he's not into his leg, and he knows it very well. So he's going to try and lower your self-esteem, to try and humble you down. You'll find that most of these men are narcissists, and most of these men are toxic, even in relationships. So this is the reason you'll find that most of these men, they'll come and try to humble you down. They want to destroy you emotionally, psychologically, and mentally. So guys, let's go straight into this video.
If there is one message I'll pass on and hopefully apply this on my daughter and the younger girls coming up, it's you have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to work on your self-esteem. Because if you have low self-esteem and you don't love yourself enough, you don't have a high sense of self, it will be reflected in your dating choices. It's going to be reflected in the dating choices, in your dating choices. It will be reflected in the kind of treatment you tolerate from men. I cannot tell you the number of times I've seen girls and women, grown women, stick around in situations that is so detrimental to their mental health, to their physical health, because they get abused. But they stick with it. They stick with it. I've seen women stick around in situations that lasted maybe 10 years even. And no woman or girl with a healthy sense of self would tolerate that. If you tolerate a man insulting you, if you tolerate a man calling you names, abusing you physically and verbally, emotionally as well, if you tolerate a man who doesn't keep his word and you stick around with it, that's typically associated with women or girls with very low self-esteem, low self-perception, low confidence. Because if you have a decent to a high sense of self, high confidence, you have standards for yourself and you push those standards to your partner.
Yes, ladies, never tolerate a man who shouts at you, who insults you, who calls you name during an argument, because you are a woman of value. You are a woman with confidence. You've got your self-esteem. First of all, we know we've been told that women, you are supposed to love yourself. If you came into that relationship, you can as well walk out of that relationship. Never tolerate that kind of abuse from a man. Remember, toleration is demonic too. The moment you tolerate such kind of characters from a man, you end up being destroyed mentally, psychologically, the both of you.
Dating. If you meet a man and he doesn't treat you well, he doesn't respect your word, doesn't respect his commitments to you, and you're sticking around, you're essentially telling him, oh, it's okay, you can treat me like crap. I'll be here anytime you need me. You see, so, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, ladies, men know who they can manipulate. Men know when you lack confidence within yourself. Men know who they can play game on, run game on. They know who gonna take that bull crap. They know who gonna take them back if they mess up. They know who gonna give them a second chance, who gonna be there for them, who gonna bail them out of jail, who gonna get a last for them. But a girl like me, I'm not settling for that. I'm not going for the bare minimum. I'm not getting you out of jail. I'm not putting up nothing on your bill. Don't ask me to, because I'm not doing it. Second of all, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you're not talking to me. I'm gonna need y'all to do better. Trust and believe. A man knows when you're lacking self-esteem issues within yourself because he know he can play around with you and play with your mind and play mind tricks on you to make you believe that you're crazy and delusional. Y'all are accepting the bare minimum. If that man don't take you on dates, trust me, that man don't like you. It is that simple. But you want to make excuses. I'm mad at y'all.
You don't know if you're dealing with an insecure and jealous man when you start speaking highly of yourself. I'm telling you. So let's say y'all talking about love or whatever. You say to yourself, oh, I love me. I love everything about me. I wouldn't change anything about me. If he gets quiet, red flag. If he act like he didn't hear you, red flag. If there's a smirk on his face, red flag. See, these type of men, they are not used to women that speak highly of themselves. They purposely seek out women that are very insecure. But since he found out you're not that way, he tries to create it. He tries to create insecurities for you. He tries to create trauma. He tries to create you having low self-esteem. I'm telling you the truth. Stay away from them type of men. And they're not, I'm telling you, these men, they are very insecure, low self-esteem, don't love themselves. So they don't even know how to handle a woman like you. They would just start creating situations that you never experienced before. Leave them the fuck alone.
As a woman, there are two things you should never tolerate from a man. These two things can bring down your value and your self-esteem. A man that always call you names anytime you have misunderstanding. And a man that reminds you of your past. Whatever it is that you're trying to put behind you, he's always remind you of it to make you feel bad. Calling you names. That name that you don't want to hear in your ear, that make you feel sad. He's always calling you that name and always reminding you that past, that ugly past that you don't want to hear, that you don't want to remember. You're trying to put it behind you, but he's always calling you name and reminding you that past. These two things, don't ever tolerate it or take it from any man, because it reduces your value and lower your self-esteem. When you take this from any man, don't take it from any man. And this can cause emotional damage to you. This type of man can never give you happiness. A man that has this kind of behavior cannot give you joy, cannot give you happiness, can never make you happy. Instead, it's going to cost you tears, it's going to make you cry at all time, make you feel sad. When you are in a relationship, you are not happy all the time you are sad. What do you expect?
Be very careful if you have low self-esteem while you're dating, because more often than not, having low self-esteem is going to get you punished in some sort of way. There are literally so many predators, creeps, abusers who specifically look for women who have low self-esteem, who don't know their worth, who can't set boundaries, don't know how to ask for help. Not only that, even if it's not that severe, if you're dating as a woman with low self-esteem, you're always going to get less than you deserve. Because that man is going to know that you have low standards. You don't care. He can walk all over you, and he doesn't have to try too hard. Because you don't think very much of yourself. You don't see your own value. And a lot of these are the kind of relationships where the woman end up in a 50-50 situation, or they just end up providing for the man, and they end up being like his maid. If you're in a relationship right now, or you're dating right now, but you know you have low self-esteem, you gotta stop. Work on it for at least 3 months, okay? It's gonna be so much better to invest 3 months now improving your self-esteem, improving your self-love and your standards, than wasting 3, 13, or even 30 years on a guy who doesn't cherish you, and he doesn't respect you. Love yourself enough to just take a couple of months off of dating, and I promise you, when you come back, you're gonna have such a better time way better men, way better behavior from the men, because they can feel when a woman has invested in herself, has worked on improving her self-concept. She simply won't tolerate BS. And once again, the consequences for not doing this can be potentially dangerous. Like, your safety is not worth it. Like, don't even mess around with dating unless you can date safely. I don't know how many women have had their lives ruined because they refused to do the work. They jumped into the first relationship that they could find. Lo and behold, he's a POS. At that point, you could be married, have a kid with that guy. You could have moved in and given up your own home. Then you're going to be homeless. What are you going to do? So this is your sign to take elevating yourself seriously, because it could really ruin your life if you don't.
A clear indicator of a woman with low self-esteem is a woman that stays with a man because every man cheats. Not every man cheats, babe. You just have low self-esteem. And hear me out, right? The fact that you're saying every man cheats, so you're going to stay with this man because everywhere you go, they're going to cheat on you anyways, shows that you don't believe that you are worth enough for this man to stop cheating, or for any man to stop cheating, and that you would rather stay here because you don't think you're going to get better than what you have. It is an excuse. You're making an excuse. And just be real about it, because it's okay. It's okay to have low self-esteem, because we're not going to have low self-esteem forever, especially not if you're watching my videos. But to put that on every single man in the universe is crazy. Every single man, every man, if not every woman cheats. Why is it that every man cheats? And a lot of you guys don't realize that it's not that every man cheats because they're so carnal in nature and they can't control themselves. They cheat because you've decided that every man cheats, so you're going to stay with them anyway. So you've taught them the standard. They're still going to get the girls and cheat on them and be with them. The girls are going to stay, so why would they stop cheating? Why would you not have your cake and eat it too if the person you're doing it to is happy for you to do it to them? I'm sorry, it's low self-esteem, and you're ruining it for all of us, because if you're saying that every man cheats and you're going to stay, that means that you've told men that there are women out there that will accept this. Therefore, they're never going to stop. So you're just perpetuating a very dangerous cycle. Not every man cheats because not every woman cheats. Not every man is carnal in nature. Some people can make decisions. Cheating is not something that you do by accident. It's a choice. So if you cheat, it's because you want to, not because you can't help yourself.
Insecure, toxic men will always attack you in arguments about your own insecurities. My darling, you need to know this relationship tactics men use. The toxic, insecure men, not all men, the toxic, insecure men use to make you feel miserable in the relationship. He will firstly know all about your insecurities. He will make you feel comfortable sharing your insecurities. And then when the right time comes, the argument comes, the problem comes in the relationship, it starts going downhill because he starts showing his true character. He will use your insecurities to threaten you, to gaslight you, to disrespect you, to abuse you, to make you stay in the relationship so that he can make you suffer more and more. Healthy men in their masculine energy will never use your insecurities to prove his point. He has other ways of making you understand if the situation is different than what you think it is. He takes the problem as you and him together versus the problem. But insecure, toxic, red flag men will take it as he is the problem because he always is insecure and thinks he is the problem. So he will make sure he makes you feel you're the problem by showcasing and arguing about your insecurities. My darling, if you want to learn more about how to deal with these men, then let me know in the comments down below and make a video about it. And if you want to know how to master assertive communication to give back to them in a calm, polite manner with a face of smile, then you better check out my course, because that will change your life. And for more relationship advice and level of advice, don't forget to follow me.
If you are a woman who dates men, I really need for you to lock in with me for just 1 minute and hear me out. Nothing will destroy your confidence faster than a man who is constantly trying to humble you. If he is not hyping you up, he is holding you back. Get out of there. It is so deeply damaging. And if you're experiencing this, you know what I'm talking about. It starts off seemingly harmless, and then before you know it, you've looked up and you've completely quit on your dreams. I do not believe that this is a red flag that anyone should look past. This is so damaging. Don't you think your partner should be your biggest fan, cheering you on? Instead, he's in the corner over there telling you to calm down. What? Excuse me, what? You don't have to deal with this, and you shouldn't. And I really do believe that this can ruin your life, and it's that serious.
This is such a common experience that women have when they're with a narcissistic husband. Narcissistic men are known for ensuring that their woman is fat, overweight, unhealthy, because number one, that's going to decrease your self-esteem. If you don't look good, you don't feel good. So they're gonna go out of their way to make sure they fatten you up. Number two, if you don't look good, then it's going to be hard to pull anybody else. You're not going to have the confidence within yourself to think that somebody else may want me. I don't have to deal with this person. So these narcissistic men, they go out of their way to make sure that their woman does not feel healthy, does not look healthy. So whether that be encouraging you to eat all these sorts of unhealthy foods, whether that be causing you stress, making sure that your cortisol levels are elevated, they will go out of their way to make sure that you are plump and unhealthy just for their benefit. And then you'll notice as soon as you leave him, the weight starts to fall off like it was nothing.
You will never be good enough for a man who's insecure. I'm telling you this right now, honey. If you've ever dated an insecure man, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can jump through every hoop. You can do everything that they want. You can shape yourself and mold yourself in the direct image of what he says he wants, and he will still make you feel like you're not enough. Not because you're not enough, but because he is insecure. And when a man is insecure, his only objective in a relationship with you is to break you down to the point where he can feel superior, because he does not recognize that he has the power and the agency to empower himself so that he can be good enough, so that he can feel secure. So basically, he's lazy emotionally. He doesn't want to work on himself. So what he does is tries to break you down so that he doesn't have to work on himself. When you recognize that a man is insecure, get away from him. He is toxic. He will destroy you for the pure benefit of making his lowly self-esteem feel better, girl. Get away from him now.
That's it for today, guys. That's it for today. How the kind of toxic ways men normally use to lower women's self-esteem. Because we know most of these men, they are actually insecure. And in order for them to feel that they've made it, they'll come and try to lower your self-esteem. This is the reason why you find that most of these men, or these toxic men, they are normally insecure. They don't want to see a smart woman. They don't want to see a smart who is actually intelligent, who is actually smart brain-wise and confident. They try and humble you down to their level because they want to control you. So guys, thank you so much. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section on toxic ways on how men normally use to lower women's self-esteem. Let me know this in the comment section, and bye-bye for now.